Dun dun dun, when we left our intrepid adventurers. Does anyone want to give us a recap of what they remember from 2 weeks ago?
I would, but I can't remember
or
2
is
weeks
it,
ago.
Is it hazy? Is it lost to the ether?
I remember us making it into the keep after kind of fighting off some guys in purple bands, which seemed to be like mercenaries.
Yep, that's about it.
That really is about it.
The farmhouse family into the keep.
Yes.
Beyond that, I really don't remember.
So you all came upon Lennon and Cuth Swift, whose farmhouse was being raided by this group of kobolds and other humanoids who were attacking the town of Greenest. You escorted the family, injured as they were, through the city, noting on the way that the raiding people seemed to think that you were just part of their raiding party and you could walk down the street with impunity as long as you didn't cause a row or interfere with them in any way. And you came to the keep where you met a frantic young soldier who asked you about his red-headed sister, who is the priestess of Chantea, and he is frantically looking for her, but she works at the temple of Chantea, and you made it into the keep to discuss things and the situation with Governor Nighthill. Upon entering the keep, Governor Nighthill seemed somewhat nervous and unsure of what to do about the present situation. And Cuth Swift, who you rescued, you learned, had been up against him in the election for governor the last time. He was his opponent. He was his opponent in the gubernatorial elections, and told you that generally Governor Nighthill was a good man, but they disagreed about their military policies or security policies for the town. So you all enter this. You go up a stone stairway from the front door of the keep into this large stone rectangular room. The light from the fires of Greenest set ablaze are coming in through the windows. It's probably about 11 p.m. and you see a gaunt man clad in blue pacing back and forth at the end of this rectangular stone room. The room is bare. There are no chairs, there are no tables. It's probably 20 by 50 feet, but it seems conspicuously unadorned. He's got a bandage around his head, and his right arm is in a sling. And you walk in with the Cuth and Lennon Swift family. Cuth Swift, the man who you saved, walks up to Nighthill and they greet each other, somewhat with not hostility, but not the warmest of greetings. And Cuth Swift looks back at you all as a party and then whispers something into Nighthill's ear. And Nighthill says, yes, of course, to Cuth Swift. Please take respite in the East Wing over here. We've got some other townsfolk that are recovering. And Cuth Swift leads his family off into kind of a darkened doorway. And Governor Nighthill addresses you all. You all made it through the town, just you five, with the injured Swift family in tow. Am I to understand this is correct?
Yes, it is. What is the situation here?
Do I look weak, Sonny?
No, ma'am. Or sir. You don't look weak to me at all. The situation, I'm sorry, what was your name, sir?
You can call me Ander.
Ander. And the young lady, old-ish lady man who addressed me as Sonny, what is your name, perchance?
Hun, you can call me Julianne.
Okay, I will call you Julianne, hun. And you two, who am I speaking to? Large and somewhat muscly man. How may I address you, the savior of the Swift family?
It's Gore, I say, rather reluctantly.
Okay. And young lady, how might you be found in the company of such burly and strapping men? Also this tiny little gnome who I am not paying attention to.
Wait, don't you want to know my name?
That's what I'm asking you. Are you a simple one, young lady? You look like you've been in the wilds a bit too long. What is your name, if I must speak so plainly?
I am called Ilara.
Well, I'm Governor Nighthill, the ruler, as it were, of Greenest. And you ask me what the situation is, and honestly, we don't know. These beings, these little dragonling type beings, and the humans that accompany them, along with the robed figures wearing purple armbands, just descended upon the town without warning a few hours ago. We're trying to gather intelligence, figure out what they want. So far, they have not made any sort of assault on the keep itself, and they seem to be keeping to the outlying town and just robbing, raping, murdering, pillaging.
It looks
my
like they're
people.
taking what they want.
That is exactly what it looks like, Julianne. You are very perceptive. All that we know is that the two that we have captured in order to question, they were the robed figures that wear the purple armband. They immediately seem to slit their own throats or kill themselves as soon as we capture them. They do not want to be taken prisoner. The main threat is the damned dragon that keeps swooping down and attacking the keep. He comes periodically ever since the siege started, every 15 minutes or so, and just makes a pass at the keep, and my soldiers are at their wits' end. Many of them are already dead from the dragon, and I just I'm not accustomed to this type of warfare. We're a peaceful city. All I know is that my people are being killed, and the more that we can get them into the keep and into safety, the more we will be able to salvage of this town. I would, since you've proven your worth by escorting this family seemingly unscathed through the town into the keep, I would ask that you, intrepid adventurers, go out with... I've sent several other groups of soldiers out to try and gather up survivors and bring them back to the keep. And I would ask that you you go back out into the town and try and salvage some survivors. We know that there are many of our town holed up in the Temple of Chantea, which is the only other even remotely defensible position in the town. Would you be willing to salvage what's left of the human life at the risk of your own necks?
I'm not too fan of churches, but if we can get them out of there, that would help, wouldn't it?
Of course we'll help. Don't listen to anybody else. I will lead the charge.
Just then you hear some from the same kind of dark doorway that Kuth Swift and his family had disappeared into. You hear some kind of jingling. It's like jingle, 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 approaching closer and closer. And as it grows louder, out from the door you see a very stout dwarf appear. And he's carrying an enormous iron key ring around his belt, and all of the keys are jingling as he walks. And he's got the most filthy and tangled bird's nest of red hair, of a beard, and of the hair on his head that are just like, basically his head is like surrounded in a giant wreath of red tangled hair, and there's like yesterday's stew all dripping down the front of it.
So, have we won the key to the city?
Aye, you're a tall and somewhat comely lass. No, you haven't won the key to the city yet. I don't trust you as far as I can spit. Nighthill, these people are obviously spies sent in by this raiding party. I don't trust them whatsoever. What say you? How came you to be in this keep? Who let you in here?
I believe the family that we just saved kind of snuck us in with us.
He looks at you quizzically and said, What family? What family did you save?
The one that needed helping?
The Swift.
I wasn't too concerned.
The Swift family.
Swift. Mm-hmm. I remember that name, Swift.
The Swift family. Well, if you saved Kuth Swift, I guess maybe you can't be all bad. But I am the master of this keep. Governor Nighthill here, he knows the town and deals with the politics, but I'm in charge of the defense of this keep.
Well done.
Well, maybe if we had a different governor who had a mind for the military, and he glares piercingly at Nighthill, I might be able to do my job. You can clearly see that there's no love lost between Nighthill and this dwarf. Well, I guess we can take every able body that we can get. Hold on just a second. My name is Escobart. And, we need you to go back out into the town and rescue any other civilians that you can. You've obviously already brought the Swift family here, so this should be an easy task for you.
What must be done.
Aye, true that. Nighthill speaks up and says, Escobart, we have there's the tunnel that is used during sieges under the keep that goes out towards the river. I know we haven't used it in years because we haven't been sieged, but might that be a safer route of egress to bring in survivors of the raid? And Escobart says, I was just getting ready to say that. And basically, Escobert and Nighthill tell you that there is a tunnel underneath the keep that that Escobert gives you the key to, and if you all want to rescue some of the townsfolk, you can just wander around town and find survivors as you see fit, or you can go to this Temple of Chantea, which is number 3 on the map. But he points out that there's an old tunnel under the keep that will bring you out right about where I'm pinging on the greenest map right now. And
can you do that once more?
Yeah. It's right by the number 2.
I see.
So the keep is kind of up on a hill, and the hill slopes down into the town, and then on the backside kind of towards the river.
I'll just mention we probably don't want to be seen leaving that tunnel, as to keep it a secret tunnel.
That's a good plan. I would try to open the door quietly if I were you. It hasn't been used in years. It's maybe rusted shut. I've not been down in the tunnel, but he hands you this great big copper key and says, "This is the key to it, but..."
I grab the key and say, "Fine, let's go."
Okay. So
now where's the Temple of the Chateau?
The Temple of Chantea, they
That was
point
number
out
3, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Number
they point
3,
out on the map to you that it's the only other significant structure in town. It's one story, but it's relatively large, and it's surrounded by a stone wall, and that's really all he tells
the river,
you.
We can't really get lost.
I would suggest you follow the river after you get out of the tunnel, if you can get out of the tunnel. But this is a lot better than going through the front door.
Better we stick to the river and come in through the trees and through the back than
User joined your channel.
making ourselves noticed.
Hey,
Hey, Corey.
sorry, being late night at work really digged my schedule.
No problem, man.
I'm
So-
mad.
So we're on a quest to go save some people from the Temple of Chateau. Chateau.
Shantou.
Shadow. The Temple of Shadow.
Chantea.
Are you sure you didn't say Shaniqua?
Chanterelle.
Chanterelle.
You know, she goes by many names. All of these are actually accurate.
I don't have much respect for religion, apparently.
Well, I mean, obviously, from what he's told you, there are quite a few human lives at stake in this temple. That's where the people that couldn't get to the keep headed towards, basically the east side of town, headed towards the temple. So he leads you down further and further down into the depths of the keep. And you come to kind of an iron grate, which he opens, and you see, if I can, I think I've done this correctly. You should all have, hopefully, proper vision and...
I see nothing but a black screen.
Okay.
I see everything.
I
You
can
see everything?
Perfectly.
Well, not everything.
I see as intended.
You should basically
black.
just see a staircase at this point.
Oh, no, I see the staircase and a room.
Or yeah, the staircase in the room. Do you see anything beyond the room?
Not really. Sort of.
Okay. That's as it should be. Let's see. Has sight. I should probably check that.
So we basically left meeting with the dude in the keep, and now we're going down this tunnel.
Towards
that what
the
happened?
temple to go save some people.
Yeah, he basically said that since you had gotten the Swift family safely through town, his primary goal is to secure the safety of his citizens as much as he can. They still don't know why they're being raided, and you can go through the town. You can just try to search houses and rescue people, or he has said that there are probably quite a few people holed up in this temple. Which is building number 3 on the greenest map. But,
Cool.
yeah, you're basically off to save any survivors and escort them back to the keep. Mark,
Dun, 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 dun.
can you still just see a black screen?
Not anymore. Now I can see the old tunnel and I think what appears to be everything I should be able to see.
Okay. You should be able to see kind of a staircase where you all are and then a room.
Correct.
And that's it.
Yep.
Okay. And Allison, you can't see anything?
Just black.
Okay. That's odd. Has sight. Emit light.
Make sure that she's the one
She might not
attached
be
to that
able
token.
to see it. She might not be looking in the right
Zoom
spot.
out.
Zoom out.
Well, here's the thing, guys. Kind of spilled cherry juice all over my keyboard, so it is rather temperamental. I see it.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Cool. All right, so Escobert says, go down this tunnel. I'm sorry. Go down this tunnel. And you'll be let out behind the back of the keep. From there, you can make your way east. And you should, if you can follow the river, you can try to use the town as cover. But the Temple of Chante is fairly well due east. And it's the only other large building in town.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to follow the river and come in through the woods. That way we're less likely to be seen by anybody.
I mean, he gave you the map of greenest. So he tells you that you can.
Let's do it.
I don't know if you guys need to see this again, but right by this number 2 is where you're going to come out, or where he thinks you're going to come out of the tunnel. And this number 3 is the temple. So the river will take you pretty much straight there. So he opens the door to the old tunnel, and this is the reason it was built, he had told you, was to gather water in the event of a siege, in case they had to be holed up in this keep for a long time. But they've never been sieged before, so it's never been used, and everything is very kind of dank and mildewy smelling.
Well, I will cast light on my shield.
Okay. What, so you, was that 60 feet?
Give me 1 second. That is bright light and 20 feet. And so it should be 40 feet total.
Right.
But bright light
dims at 20.
for 20, so dim light at 20.
Yeah. Okay, you should have that.
All right. Well, I, impatient with whatever Andrew's doing, brush past him and step forward into the next room.
Okay, you can see just kind of piles of refuse. It looks like it's been used as a storage room. And kind of at the far end, a rough rock opening that looks like it kind of goes into a cave.
I quickly run to catch up here. Say, gentlemen, we must be cautious through here.
What are you afraid of, priest?
Are you joking me right now? Do you not know what is going on outside?
Probably know more than you.
And yet you keep running forward.
All right, Julian, stop right there. Julian, as you come around the corner, you kind of start to hear from the darkness the sound of faint scuffling. And as you have dark vision, right, as an orc, and you see the ground kind of start to move in waves, and it looks like the entire floor of the cave is just kind of alive and writhing, but the shadows, you can't quite make out what it is right in front of you.
I'm gonna say this is rather normal for a cave. It's rather dank. What can you say?
Must be a cave.
All right.
Looks like a cave, smells like a cave, must be a cave.
I'd rather hope it's not a giant cockroach, though.
As you're looking at it and thinking, that's pretty normal, the wave comes towards you and engulfs your feet, and you look down and see that it is a giant swarm. The floor is alive with rats.
That's fun.
And they... Let me see here real quick. How does a 22 versus AC strike you?
Yeah, 22, it'll hit everyone.
Well, you're the one in front right now. They're just swarming around your ankles.
Yeah.
All right. For 10 damage.
Okay.
They completely engulf your body, like crawling up under your clothes and into your hair. The rest of you, well, Ander at least, sees Julian basically stop and then just get engulfed in a swarm of rats. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh, fuck. Hey, this
sorry.
is level 1.
I know. Let me clear everything first.
Oh, that's new.
Oh, what's that? That's new.
What's new? Oh yeah, they did the big update today. Roll20 did like a huge update today.
It still breaks.
Yeah.
Oh, it's lagging.
But I want my 14.
All mine's disappeared.
Can you manually add me so I can drag my 14 in?
Yes. Let's see. How do I do that? Add turn.
Right click on my token and select add turn.
Or you can just roll it again and then change your number.
Add turn. Did somebody else roll before I deleted it?
Yeah, I did. I got a 10. So you can. I put it on, so you can just change it to 10.
Okay. And Mark, what did you get? A 14? You got it.
Got it.
Good. Okay. So overwhelmed by the 1,000 bites that all of a sudden sink into her skin, Julianne is stunned for a moment. And Corey, though, in the back of the line, recognizes the thrashing and the sound as a bunch of rats attacking Julianne. You guys, you can Julianne, at least you can see the rats, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn them into a stew.
Okay.
The little bastards.
Oops, sorry. Okay.
Oh, I can see.
I know.
everything.
I was moving stuff around. All right, Warlin. Quick to respond.
That's fancy. Whatever the fuck that was.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
It's still fancy.
Ylara cast Thunderwave.
So basically, the ground is a bunch of rats.
Yeah, and they've completely engulfed Julianne. I mean, there are, 100 rats probably, like all moving together as one.
Let me take a quick look at my order real quick. Inventory. Did I take anything that would have been useful right now? Set of weighted dice would work right about now. Just kidding.
All of these rats have a terrible gambling problem.
There's no torches or anything on the wall, right? And the only light source is Anders' shield?
Yes. All the rest of you would know pretty much, I think, have dark vision, and Anders' shield is the only source of light. The walls are just rough-hewn cave, like it was dug out very quickly, just as a utilitarian thing. There are no torches, there's nothing at all. This is just a 5-foot wide hallway, basically.
Would there be, like, roots and stuff hanging from the ceiling?
Sure.
All right. I'd like to run around over to this square right here and climb up and jump on the roots.
Okay.
And dangle from the ceiling.
Okay. You've got difficult terrain moving through other people's spaces, but other than that, just make a athletics or acrobatics check. Probably athletics to do that.
Sorry to interrupt, guys, but holy cow, you can pop out your character sheet now.
Yeah, there was a huge update in
What?
in
Get out.
Roll20
Oh, yes.
today.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, you can make folders.
Awesome.
Like you can make, like, for at least for the DM, you can make folders underneath like your tokens and organize them and stuff now, instead of just only having to do tags.
Oh!
Yeah, as if you were born climbing roots, you scurry up and are kind of hanging from the roots and different crags of rock that
Hold
are
on,
in the
son.
ceiling.
Get off me, please.
That's what I'm saying, man. Get off me.
As he, Warlin, like, scurries through both you, not even really scurries, goes right through your legs. He crawls up the ropes, and as he's doing that, he holds on one hand to a little small rope, so you guys see this little gnome hanging there away from the rats, and he flings a dart down at the rats. Yep. That one right there.
All right, that is A hit for 6.
And where would be my other macro? There you go.
Oh, I don't have to do all this on paper because this is Roll20.
So 8 damage total.
8 damage total. Now they have already acted. So what? Oh, because yeah, I got you.
Because he's flanking him.
Yep.
Or he's next to him.
Yep. Cool.
Yes, that is very true.
He is. They are surrounding him. In fact, I'm gonna have to take that into consideration.
I would also like to add that I am, for all the people who might read this, or if you guys see me screaming, I'm watching the Colorado game, and it's a must-win game if we're going to make the playoffs. We're down 3 goals, so you just might see ugly faces.
Well, we're used to that.
Oh.
You're welcome.
I'm glad it wasn't a diss to my character.
All right. Yalara,
Okay.
you're back. Can you still not control your character?
I'm better now. Sort of. Okay, so everybody saw what I want to do. I want to do this. I want to just scatter
Thunder
this.
wave.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I will let you know. So look under the target /AOE of that spell. All creatures in a 15-foot cube.
so don't have to get closer.
You probably want to get close. If you did it from where you were, you
How
would
close can I
hurt
get?
your companions and not the rats.
So how
I
do
like
get...
being alive. I'm very close to dead.
And the rats are engulfing Julian, so
Oh, so I can't. So it wouldn't be a good thing to do, though.
you can.
I'll hurt everyone. Okay. Well,
Is that I'm trying to see is that what
Maybe that wouldn't
did
be
you
good.
write down the spell description for that? Like it looks
Yeah,
everything it looks so different now. I'm trying to
I mean, what I accidentally put in the chat is what I have for it.
all creatures in a 15-foot cube originating from me.
Yeah.
Cast time 1 action. Is there more than popped up in the chat? Like is
I don't
there
know.
a
Oh yeah.
Damage.
No Constitution saving throw. Every creature takes 2d8 thunder damage, and is pushed 10 feet away. Maybe that wouldn't be good to do.
It's up to you. But from where you are, you can see Julianne covered in rats. And Warland's kind of dangling from the ceiling. Ander is right in front of you. And I don't know where... Oh, sorry, I'm moving people's shit around. Gore... I can't even see you right now. Are you in the same square as somebody else? Okay,
Yes.
okay, she moved over top
You
of
moved me outside the map, by the way.
I'm sorry.
There you go. It's this square right here. I'll stay in it.
Okay.
Okay, well, maybe I'll just do a cantrip and do that shillelagh one so I can just go and knock all the rats off of her.
Sure. You've got, let's
User
see.
joined your channel.
Let's see, you moved, 5, 10. So you have 20 feet left. You can still get...
Can I get up?
You can squeeze past your companions and get right up against Julianne if you want to.
Okay. So did I do it? No. That's a roll.
I don't see anything that said. I don't see anything for shillelagh. The new Roll20 is that basically just gives you a D8 on your melee attack. Right? Did you write anything down for that spell?
The safe facts.
I know what it does. It
So
turns.
the damage die becomes 1d8.
Yeah. So basically, just go ahead and make an attack with your staff. Just a regular melee attack?
I think it says dagger still.
You should have a quarterstaff.
I know, but it says dagger still. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Well, we'll go with your first one, which is a 7, which is not enough to hit it. So, if you would have hit it, you would have done a D8 instead of a D4. So mark off one use of your... Oh, Shillelagh's a cantrip, so don't worry about that. So you swing wildly, but seeing the mass of swirling rats, they kind of part around your quarterstaff as it flies through them, missing them. You want to do anything else?
No.
Okay. All right, Julian, you're covered in rats.
I plan on slicing and dicing and making these rats into a quick stew.
Okay. Yeah, they're just for the record, they're not actually grappling you. They're just kind of on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna make them so they're on everything.
Okay.
Everywhere. Just a little mush. Because I didn't like what they've done so far.
All right.
I have to push this button.
Okay. So you kind of take out. So what are you actually like physically doing?
Chopping.
Chopping. Okay. So you chop, and you take a big swath of rats that are covering your face with you. For 8 damage to the swarm of rats. I need to move you, Lara, to get to the swarm of rats.
And I'll use the bonus action to slightly heal.
What ability is that lets you do the bonus action to heal?
It's technically called Second Wind, but I'm calling it Secret Snack.
Okay, that's totally fine. Is that okay? So you heal for 6. All right. All right. You see the swarm and like with your blow, they kind of fly off of you and splatter against the wall and some rat gut viscera, and about half of them that were still kind of on your lower body as a fashionable rat skirt scatter off into the depths of the darkness, but there's still about half of them on you.
Okay.
And Ander.
I wish to move over here.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Go move. There you go.
So, I'm looking at and trying to survey the damage that fell upon Julian. Does Julian look? I'm gonna quickly say, Julian, are you hurt badly?
I'm not feeling too hot, but I'll survive.
Then Julian will pop down to here and smash.
All right. As Julianne backs up, the rats kind of fall off of her body and feet and cluster back together in front of Ander, who takes a smash at them and nails them. Kind of the rats seem to spread apart like water as your mace comes down on top of them, taking out all but 2 little tiny rats who are standing in front of you at your feet, tied together by their tail, menacing you with their little rat teeth.
As Warland's hanging from the top, he goes, "We need fire! We need fire now! Where's the fire? Fire! Fire! Fire!"
Does Ander want to do anything else?
That is going to be it for Ander.
All right. Gore hanging out in the back. What do you do? Gore says I don't like rats and leans up against a wall.
I grumble. Let's see. Alright, I'll charge forward past Julian and start sweeping with my pike. Though I'm kind of inhibited by the narrow tunnel.
That's true, but they're still about 10 feet away from you. You sweep very well.
Thank you.
At the few rats remaining.
For 11 damage.
All right. The few rats that were remaining that hadn't yet scattered are just turned into a paste of blood and fur smearing the cave floor in front of you. And the rats are no more. The thread is over. What do you do?
I look to Julienne to see if she can continue on, or would she need some sort of first aid?
I don't plan on staying in this tunnel very longer, because let's get out of here. I don't want to. I don't even. Let's go.
As you guys are sitting there all talking, Orland's like doing trapeze with the roots, swinging back and forth.
I kind of just shove everyone in front of me.
I also start moving forward.
Says, well, wait, guys, wait. Why don't you let me go first?
Then get up there as I give him a shove.
Orland pushes past and then looks back behind them and darts off sneakingly into the dark cave. Holy smokes.
Okay.
And I would like to sneak off ahead. And while I'm sneaking stealth-like, I'd also like to look for any kind of traps or anything out ahead of the group.
Okay.
And as I go forward, before I walk off, I guess, Warland turns back and says, "If you hear 2 whistles, stop."
Alrighty.
Okay.
All right. So Warland takes off into the darkened cave. Okay, stop right there. Oops. It's hard for me to... let's see. I'm going to back you up one. So as you... Oh, come on. Still getting used to all of these mechanics. Yep. So, as you're scouring the ground looking for traps, the walls come alive and another swarm of rats that you did not see.
Did they see me?
They did. And they heard you and smelled you. They critted their perception check. Drops down on you.
All right.
And you will take, or they will attempt to, bite you as they fall. Da-da-da. 4 versus AC? Probably not.
That's not. No.
Yeah. So they smelled you coming and dropped on you, but they're just kind of crawling around on you at this point, and they've kind of puddled around on the floor in front of you.
Warland shouts back, "Rats! More rats!"
I believe we were waiting for a whistle, were we not, everybody?
Or some series of whistles.
I didn't hear any whistles, so
The whistle was for you to stop. If I
He only
did
said
whistle, you
whistle to
kept coming.
stop.
so, it's something like that. What does it matter? I heard no whistle. You told me to listen for a whistle.
You guys can handle this, right?
We got this. Don't worry, big lady.
Big lady.
Hey now, watch your tongue. It might be in the next stew if you keep saying that kind of thing.
All right, so Warland. Well, I mean, are the rest of you? You hear Warland cry out, "Rats! More rats!" What are you all doing? Besides talking about stew.
I'm gonna come to his aid.
I'll watch the rear.
All right, when you hear the rats, more rats, everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
Sorry.
You got 12. No, you're good. I'll change it. 2 damage. All right, so she's got 2 damage waiting for her. Warland, it's back to you. These rats are generally swirling around Yulara's feet and up onto her body.
None of you have any torches? None of you?
No.
I have a torch.
I have a way of starting the fire, but I don't have a torch.
That's too far away.
Hey man, my job to come here wasn't to hold a torch, it was to escort some cargo.
I guess I can't toss a torch to Warland during his turn.
Warland's gonna try to, this time, leap up and grab the vegetation and swing over to here.
Okay.
That's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays
If
off.
if you're trying to swing, I'll let you do. If you're just trying to hold on for dear life and cling to the ceiling, that'd be athletics. But if you're just trying to swing over, I'll let you do an acrobatics.
Well, I'm gonna swing and then stay up there, so I want to stay high.
Yeah. For that one, either or. Athletics, acrobatics.
That requires 2 checks.
That is. Yeah, I'm not that mean. Yeah, that is successful.
I would be.
I feel like there's too many skill checks in general, so we'll just say that is successful.
All right.
So you're now on the ceiling on the back side of the rats. And what did you? How did you attack them?
With a dart.
All right.
I guess I didn't roll the crit damage of that.
Well, you didn't. I don't think you critted. Oh, you snuck attack.
Crit advantage roll. Oh, I guess.
You don't have advantage.
You don't have advantage, but you do have sneak attack because Yalara
I don't
is
know why I
flanking.
did that. I don't know why I included that.
That's fine. We'll take the 17. That's
9.
still a hit. 9.
9 points down.
All right. That dart just goes through like 10 rats and pins them all to the ground. And with that, the rest of them flee and fly into various tiny cracks and crevices in the cave. And the rats are no more.
Thank goodness. Somehow I'm thinking there's more rats though.
We will have to find that
I'm
out.
going to boldly walk forward and.
Well, let's pause right here and take a short break, and I'll see you guys in like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Strength. Oh wow, it rolled pretty good, but you actually managed to wrangle it under control and kind of, have it in a headlock. It is yours to toy with. Let's see.
Do I get another action? I don't think so.
No, that was your action for that round. I'm not sure what the grappled little icon is. Something like that. All right. Ander.
All right. Ander's going to run out here. And I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on this guy right here.
All right.
Hold on. And crap, where's the roll button for it? Oh, here we go. Wow, that did nothing. There we go.
Okay, so is it a save?
That tells me.
Ender Foston looks at the instructions for a spell.
Yeah. They have to save against the DC.
Which is what, 8 plus your modifier plus your level?
I believe so. Give me 1 second.
So 8 plus your wisdom
Why
modifier
does it
plus
not
your level.
say it here on my sheet? Where would it say it?
I mean, it should
It
say it
says
in your
somewhere.
spell book under your sheet. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about
Okay,
this
so
new
they gotta make at least 11.
an 11 deck save.
Yep.
All right.
So 12 plus 4. Oh, 4.
So 14 total.
14.
All right. The beast, still struggling in Gore's grasp, gets a dart to the eyeball, and it sinks so deeply that it obviously goes into its brain, and it breathes its
Starts
last.
convulsing.
Yeah, well, just its tongue kind of hangs out, and it goes.
As Warland sees that, he jumps up and out of the bushes, and he lands, and he kind of does a ha ha! Now you see me.
All right. You have 2 dead humanoids and a dead drake at your feet.
I'm gonna walk up to the Drake-looking creature and examine it further, see if I can kind of gain more knowledge with my dragon lore. Would I know anything more about it?
You would know that it is a dragon It's a dragonoid bred specifically by humans from very, very weak dragons to be somewhat domesticatable. But it has none of the dragon powers, such as, like, it can't fly, it has no wings, and it has no breath attack. It's basically a great big crocodile, in effect. But it is in fact draconic and is bred from dragons. It's just kind of the way that we've bred certain dogs to be certain breeds and have certain temperaments. This is bred from certain types of dragons to be able to be domesticated and controlled. And it's this particular one is faintly greenish in hue.
And because I don't believe the rest of the team would know anything about that, I am going to tell exactly that to everybody else. This is like a dragon, only not a dragon.
All right.
Like a dragon, but not a dragon.
Like a dragon, but not a dragon.
It's like he said. It's a dragon, but it's not a dragon.
So back on the town map, you all have exited the keep. Right around here, there's a bend in the river, right about, 15, 20 feet in front of you. And from the map that you looked at previously, you know that if you follow the river to the east, it will take you kind of through a forested area to the Temple of Chantea. And you have this map with you, so you can look at it and discuss, what the best way to approach this would be, or what you want to do.
From where we are, can we see down the road over there?
I'm sorry, ping again. Yeah, you can see that's probably about, 100 feet or more, but you can see into the town. The houses they're still mostly on fire, and every once in a while you see some kobolds or some of those bandit type people walking back and forth. And every once in a while you might see a townsperson, or what you think would be a townsperson, kind of sneakily try and dart between buildings.
Oh, mate. Holy hell.
Yeah, my cat's just knocked down a bunch of stuff.
I'll mention that I think we should hide the bodies.
I would make the mention that we all follow close to the river.
And hide the bodies and maybe, put some brush in front of the entrance to that hidden tunnel.
Cut through the woods here. And then proceed to rush into the rear of the temple.
All right, a plan has been proposed by Ander. Julienne has proposed that the bodies be hidden in the secret entrance to the keep be covered.
Yeah, I'm not feeling too well. Rather go down by the river.
You wish to go on the road and be...
So where are we at? I'm lost.
You're right here. Let me draw.
Oh, okay.
You guys...
And we're trying to get to 3, right?
You guys are right about where the X is. And there's a big kind of open... Not big, but... a cave entrance behind you that leads up into the keep, which you just came down. And you're trying to get to this Temple of Chantea, the number 3 building that's surrounded. Or at least that's where you've been told that they think there are a lot of people holed up. But from what he told you, you know that the intel is pretty shaky. Also, I should have mentioned before that Escobert told you if you could get a prisoner for them to question, that would be extremely helpful, because everybody they got one guy with a purple armband who immediately killed himself, And if they could get some sort of other prisoner who would talk, that would be extremely beneficial for them.
Considering the last guy we've talked to, I'm not sure we'll get much out of him.
Well, you've only ever tried to question people with the purple armbands. There are kind of people with the purple armbands, and then there are these just kind of bandit mercenary, ragtag looking guys, and then there are kobolds.
Yeah, let's find a bandit, though they may be just ignorant.
Alright, well, if you wish to go up by the road, then so be it. We shall do that.
Is that what Gore said?
I said I wanted to go down by the river.
I agree with the big fella here today, fellas.
What do you think, Yalara? You've heard all of this conversation.
I vote river.
Okay. So, do you all want to head off towards the river? Or, Julian, do you want to stay behind and try and hide the bodies and cover the entrance?
I definitely want to cover the entrance. If you guys aren't going to help me, I'll catch up with you in like a moment.
Oh, we'll help you cover up the entrance. I think that's a priority before we head off.
Okay. So, you all cover up the entrance as best you can with different twigs and branches and whatnot. And head off down the river.
In the tunnel.
Stuff the corpses in the tunnel. Absolutely. And head off down the river. I would like everyone... I assume you're not just splashing down the river, so I'd like everyone to make...
I was assuming we'd be on the river bank.
Right. So I would like everyone to make a stealth check with advantage.
Okay.
I'll note that Julianne does not get advantage because she's wearing heavy armor.
No, you get advantage because you're down by the river and using the woods and stuff to your advantage.
But I have disadvantage.
Oh, okay. So you just make a regular roll. Good.
Yes.
So what's the stealth rolls for? To sneak over there?
The stealth rolls are just to see if you make so much noise that somebody notices that people are walking down by the river. Any patrols or people that, like the people you just killed, if there were any more of them about, if they would notice you and come investigate. But enough of you passed, so you make it to this kind of narrow area by the Temple of Chantea without seeing any other raiders. And you can kind of see through the trees that it's a large building, but it is only 1 story tall. And there's about a 3.5 foot stone wall surrounding the entire building.
Julian kind of just steps over the wall.
So you just go through the trees and step over the wall?
I mean, I'm like 7 foot tall. It's not a very tall wall.
That's true. As soon as you step over the wall, you see a small door in the middle of the back of the temple here, and there are 2 of the bandit-looking people and 3 kobolds, kind of really poorly trying to start a fire at the base of the door. and they kind of have some flint and tinder, and they're all huddled over. They're trying to start a fire. The fire hasn't started yet, but you can clearly see what they're doing. But they're all engrossed in that, and the bandit guys are trying to tell the kobolds, no, do it like this, harder, come on. None of them seem to have taken notice of you yet.
How many are there again?
At the back door, there are 2 of the humanoid bandit, just kind of adventurer-looking people, and 3 of the kind of dragonoid, small kobold.
I kind of like.
What are the rest of you doing as Julian kind of trudges through the forest and jumps over this wall?
I kind of just wave at the rest of them that there's like people.
Oh, I would not be shying away. Ander would be running with Julian towards the temple.
I wouldn't say I'm getting quite towards the temple. I just climbed over, or walked over. I motioned to Warlin. Do you want to like a boost?
A boost for what? I don't need any boost.
I just extend my arm if he wants to grab on and be pulled over.
Yeah, that's too small.
Over the river?
Over the 3-foot wall.
So you
Warlin
guys
just looks at you and like flicks his vest aside and starts climbing up over the wall.
Okay, as you guys are doing this, the people that are still on the other side of the wall, that would be Yalara and Gore. You see from around this corner, the front corner of the temple, kind of walking around that way, come a group walking of 2 of the drakes that you just encountered, 2 of the humanoid bandit-looking people, and 5 kobolds. So we've got Warlin, Julian, and Ander over here, and Yalara and Gore kind of back over here still. We've got a group of kobolds and bandits trying to start a fire here, and around the corner come this larger group of 2 drakes, 2 bandits, and 5 kobolds.
So what's the timeline here? Did Warlin already jump over the wall before we saw this?
Julian had just kind of helped Warlin over the wall, or was asking him to, and he hopped over. Like, right as that happened, you saw 2 of the drake creatures kind of crest around the corner here. And as he landed, you saw the rest of the party come into view. The rest of the roving kind of perimeter party. And they're moving pretty slowly. They don't look like they have a huge purpose. They're kind of bickering in between each other, and the 2 drakes are kind of snapping at each other. But they are definitely coming your way. But only Gore and Yalara see this for now. The rest of you can roll perception checks to see if you notice it, or one of the others can warn you.
Are we able to warn them without being detected, or should we do a stealth check for that?
You don't know. I mean, you could try to whisper quietly and make a stealth check.
To be honest.
Yeah, everybody. So at this point, yes, you're correct. Everyone has noticed that just some of you are on one side of the wall and some of you are on the other. That there's a group at the back door and a larger group that has just come around the front and is walking down the probably 50 feet or so. But it's very dark, and they don't appear to have seen you yet, but they're carrying torches and whatnot. So they kind of stick out like a sore thumb, but you all are kind of still in the shadows.
So if they have torches, this is gonna start burning rather quickly. Shall we get going?
I'm staying on this side of the. Do we see that they all realize that this party's coming towards them?
I would assume that everybody stops and like looks immediately in the direction of the new threat, and so you can probably tell that each other knows that that they're coming.
Okay then, I'm staying on this side of the fence.
All right. The roving group that has come around the corner continues to get closer. What are the three of you? What are Warland, Julian, and Ander doing on this side of the wall?
Warland's and try to hide.
Okay, it's a pretty barren field. You could hop back over the wall and hide on the side of that, but other than that, there's not really a lot of cover.
Ander doesn't feel like he would be able to successfully run over that wall without being seen, as big as he is and as clanky as he is. So he's just going to kind of stand as still and rigid as possible and make himself kind of look like a statue and hope that they just don't notice.
Well, they're coming around this corner, right?
Yeah, so I'm hoping like to stand right about here, just as still and rigid as possible.
I want to go and hide somewhere.
From what you can see, they have come around this corner with the arrow, and they're going to continue to walk this way. And ostensibly, I mean, you don't know what they're going to do, but this generally looks like the path that they're headed. And you guys are here. So where are you going to attempt to hide or stand like a statue?
If we go over back over this wall and then like shoot them, maybe they won't be able to get up on us, and then we can like shoot them to death or something.
Actually, I have a plan. Warland's gonna take off running towards them.
Okay.
And my goal is to run and jump the wall, or climb up and jump over the wall, directing their attention away from the rest of the party.
Absolutely. I'm gonna have you make since you're short, you're gonna need to make an acrobatics check to get over the wall once you get there, but you're also gonna need to make let's look at the character sheet here. Probably a deception check? Yeah, a deception check.
Okay. The 3-foot wall is hopefully not too difficult for my 2.5-foot tall guy.
It was a DC 10 and 15, so you totally are fine on both of them. So yeah, you take off running towards them, and they all kind of immediately look at you, and what is this crazy gnome doing running around this temple? And you jump over the wall with no problem, and they all kind of run up to the edge of the wall and watch you go. But you don't see any of them necessarily chasing you.
I'm going to turn around once I notice that and be like, what, you guys can't run that fast or what?
You see 3 of the kobolds scramble over the wall, and they start bickering with each other, and then the two human, obviously like coming after you with your taunt, and then the two humanoids, bandit-looking guys, grab them and pull them back over the wall and say, well, you can't hear what they say, but they're just like, roar, and they point in the direction of that they were traveling around the edge of the temple, and they all start kind of just standing right around this area and arguing amongst each other. What are the rest of you doing? You see Warland take off, and you see that he gets the attention of the roving party. Gore and Yalara are still in the woods, and Julian and Ander are.
How many did you say were trying to start a fire at the bottom?
It's obviously a back door. It's a very small door. You've got 2 humanoids, 2 humans, 2 human mercenaries, and 3 kobolds. So there are 5. You got 5 guys here.
I can't handle 5 guys myself. If someone wants to go with me and take them out while the other ones are distracted.
Alright, I'm just going to start moving along
9 here.
the wall. In that direction. In other words, away from the party.
Okay. So, Gore, you're going to start moving this way. And we got Warland over here, kind of at the edge of the bush, who's got the attention of the 9 roving party, and you've got Julian and Anders still standing here on the side of the wall. Yalara, what are you doing? You see all of this happen, and Gore just kind of looks at them and then starts walking off to his right.
I'm gonna hang out and see what happens.
Okay, so you're just gonna stand there.
Do something. Please.
So we got Gore. Wow, that's pretty awesome, G. Yalara, Warland, and then you 2 are in the big circle there. Their attention is still somewhat distracted by Warland, and they've kind of stopped in this general vicinity.
There's 5 kobolds, right?
5 targets.
There's 5 targets. There are 3 kobolds and 2 humanoids.
Well, if they're still stopped there, Anders probably going to try to make a break for it around this direction.
Okay.
I'll stick with Ander.
All right, you guys are actually still in this kind of circle area.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
I thought. Okay. I thought.
No,
we
if you
made it that far.
if you wanted to go up there, then I mean the 5 guys that were starting the fire would have definitely seen you.
Right. Okay. My bad. Yeah. I'm gonna hop back.
Hop back over the wall.
I'd much rather take the fight in the woods than be out in open ground.
Okay, I'll jump over the wall as well, but I suppose maybe should we start throwing shit at them?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Just run.
As you guys hop back over the wall, both of you make stealth checks with advantage since they're both pretty distracted. Ander is silent as the grave. And you both make it over completely unseen and unnoticed by the roving groups. Just at that moment, as the 9 are bickering up here, the 5 are still very ineptly trying to start this fire, and you all have kind of met back up on this side of the wall. And Warland has kind of taunted the group, and they're bickering whether they should go after him or stay on their route.
As they're bickering, I'm gonna start throwing darts at him.
Okay. You are probably 40 feet away from them. I don't know what the range of a dart is, but you're probably within range.
I think it's 2060. I'll probably be long range.
Okay. Yeah, you'll be at disadvantage. So dart goes whizzing into the darkness well behind them. They don't seem to even notice. And at that point, you all hear a loud kind of clanging sound. And what sounds like group chanting. Coming distantly from what you can assume would be the very front of the temple. And it's rhythmic. Bam! And then you hear this chant. Rah, bam! Another one. Rah, bam! And you can all, without even having to make perception checks, it's pretty loud. You can tell that it's coming from this front part of the temple.
They're trying to break down the door, guys. We should do something if we want to save their lives.
And with that, we will call it a night.
Okay.
All right.
So we are set up to infiltrate, ambush, whatever we're going to do, the Temple of Chantea next time.
Next time on
Hoard
to the Dragon Queen.
Hoard to the Dragon Queen. All right. Well, thank you all for playing and sharing this wonderful experience with me.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, Ryan.
See you next time.